Now, you may be wondering what exactly servant leadership is. A servant leader is one that is focused on serving others first instead of leading through authority or power. Servant leaders prioritize their team's needs, helping them grow and looking out for their well being along the way. In order for a servant leader to succeed, they must listen, support, and empower their members to succeed. By putting people first, servant leadership naturally builds trust, strengthens teamwork, and creates an overall more positive environment where everyone's voices feels heard and valued.
You're probably kind of curious how servant leadership differs from traditional leadership. Well, in general, traditional leadership operates in a command and control structure. And so this means you have a leader at the top who strictly dictates kind of what everyone does. And this type of leadership focuses on a hierarchy and prioritizes the organization's goals over personal development. But servant leadership kind of flips this hierarchy upside down, as you could see with the flip pyramid. And so it kind of has the basis of a leader who is more inclusive and more encouraging. And this kind of structure focuses on empowerment, team growth, and focuses on the well-being of everyone within the team over just specific organizational goals. An example of this actually in my life is at my school. We have a club called the Be Kind campaign, and it doesn't function like a typical club where you have officers at the top and they kind of direct how everyone kind of functions, but instead it's an environment where every week we all get together, we all share ideas, we communicate with one another, and all the decisions and actions we take, whether it's events, whether it's initiatives we form for our community, they're all rooted in a common consensus within the whole group. So everyone feels valued, everyone feels like they're contributing, and it creates a sense of true community.
When defining servant leadership, there are 10 characteristics that are known as Greenleaf's characteristics. The first two are listening and empathy. Listening is more than just hearing words, it's about understanding the needs, ideas, and concerns of others. Leaders who listen carefully make better decisions because they consider multiple perspectives and they build solutions that work for everyone involved. Active listening creates trust and opens door for collaboration and growth. Next, empathy is the ability to see the world through someone else's eyes, or the common phrase, put yourself in their shoes. When you lead with empathy, you build stronger relationships and foster a culture where everyone feels valued and understood.
The next characteristics are healing and awareness. Healing is about helping others overcome their own personal struggles. By practicing healing, your team will build cohesion and trust. Additionally, it's important to have awareness about your decisions as a leader. You need to consider if your individual or team's decisions may conflict with others' values or raise potential ethical concerns.
Moving on, a servant leader is known for his or her persuasion and conceptualization skills. Persuasion is all about having influence without being commanding. By being persuasive, it becomes easier to accomplish tasks while also keeping a calm environment. Conceptualization is all about thinking beyond what's happening now and instead envisioning all sorts of future possibilities. It's a great way to keep those you lead excited by having a clear vision of what can be achieved.
When making decisions as a servant leader, it's important to consider how your team's actions, as well as your own, will affect your future success. By practicing these two characteristics, foresight and stewardship, you can prevent future conflicts from occurring. Additionally, leaders must always take responsibility for their actions to gain trust and serve as a good role model for others.
And to end it off, servant leaders have a strong commitment to growth and building a sense of community. Committing to growth means valuing everyone's ability and fostering an environment that supports their development. When servant leaders commit to growth, they invest in their team for the future. Building a community means creating a sense of belonging and shared purpose. Everyone works towards the same goal while feeling like their contributions matter. By building a community, servant leaders empower everyone around them to be at their very best.
We all know that leadership is a crucial part of FBLA, but how does servant leadership benefit FBLA? Well, it helps to uplift members for success. By placing members at the forefront of decisions, FBLA ensures that every experience helps them learn and grow. Also, by implementing service leadership, FBLA leaders set an example for how members can become leaders themselves. When a member feels empowered and valued by their leaders, they are more likely to work hard and succeed within the multitude of opportunities we offer. And with service as a staple in FBLA and servant leadership, we can work to strengthen communities. When our members have a service focus, we can create community service projects, positively impact others' lives, and always give the best environment for our members and community to grow and succeed.
While it is helpful to define servant leadership, it's important to mention how you can become a servant leader in your communities. One of the most important steps is to listen before leading, taking the time to understand the needs of people around you. When you're in meetings or helping plan events, start by considering other points of view rather than pushing your own. Additionally, you can try advocating for others in your community by helping amplify their voices. A servant leader is one who always supports their community and tries to improve it. By volunteering, servant leaders can achieve this goal. Ultimately, a servant leader builds trust by empowering others, advocating for voices that are unheard, and leading by example with humility, accountability, and care. They measure success with growth and improvement in a community rather than personal gain.
Our activity tonight is called Service or Self. You will all be in breakout room groups where you engage in thoughtful discussion about whether the scenario shows a true servant leader or maybe a more selfish leader. Here's how it'll work. Each group's going to be assigned a scenario number and get 2 minutes to discuss in their breakout room. After you finish your discussion, you're going to join back in the main room with a chosen representative to summarize if the scenario is service or selfish and why you all thought so. Make sure to think back to our presentation and tie in those main characteristics. And then after we finish sharing out, your group will be assigned a different scenario, and we're going to repeat the same pattern. I know that was kind of fast, so does anyone have any questions? No? Okay, it'll kind of make sense as we go through, and you guys can ask when you're in your breakout rooms. So I think we can go ahead and get started.
Alrighty, so on this slide, you should be able to see all of your scenarios. Your state officers in your group are going to tell you which scenario you'll be discussing, and good luck.
You guys will get breakout invitations like momentarily, so just give us 1 minute.
DeRay, Candy, and okay. So Candy and Andrew, did you not get invites for your breakouts?
Mrs. Davies, you have a timer going, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. So Heathy, how's college stuff?
It's going. I'm all
Better?
done with I'm all done with the application, so I'm not like tweaking out
Good.
anymore. But I'm still waiting on some decisions.
I'm sure that's stressful.
I'm trying not to think about it because I still have a
Yeah.
long way to go for some of them.
Valid. Very valid. Yeah, I'm not thankfully in the position where it's like I've gotten all my acceptances. I'm waiting on some like scholarship things.
Okay.
Like because the stamps thing for Ohio, I have to go to my banquet 2 weeks from now, and then I hear like 2 weeks later. So like that'll definitely make or break my decision for that school. And then
Gotcha.
like the McKnights for Oklahoma, like that kind of stuff. Just like when all
Yeah.
that comes in, it'll be a lot easier to like make the decision and stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Hopefully, at least.
Well, knocking on wood, bro. I'm nervous.
Are you like pretty confident in most of them?
Oh, like no. I wish. No,
You should be.
I'm
Did-
hopeful. I don't
did-
know about confident.
Do you just want me to close the rooms with the timer?
Yeah, if you can, that'd be great.
Okay. Yep.
Cynthia, will you pull up like who had which and just like say, will this person's group share first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can do that.
Perfect. I was gonna get on my phone too, but I'll help move discussion, but you can
Yeah, no, for sure. Alrighty, it looks like Ian's group is back. Do you guys want to go ahead? And it looks like you start off with scenario 1. Tell us about what you discussed. If someone wants to share, we'd love to hear.
Casey, we had scenario 1.
maybe not.
Okay, alrighty. Well, how
Annabelle,
about
do you share what you guys talked about a little bit?
Yeah, we can share. I think Casey's having some technical difficulties. It's looking like
I got you.
yeah, so we said that ours personally showed up as more of like a service scenario because they did it for the betterment of the group and created like a better result overall. And then they didn't want to draw attention to themselves, which says a lot about their character because you have people who lead only to like, get recognition or get a shout out, but this person did it without that. And then they also saw a need, which was the project falling behind, and worked like themselves to find a solution that was feasible. So we said they would show off servant leadership.
I would for sure agree.
Awesome. Okay, Norris's group, we'd love to hear someone talk about scenario 2.
Norris, you can just pick somebody if you
Yeah, go for it.
I think we had Miguel volunteer.
Oh yeah. For our scenario, we picked that this leader was a servant leadership because they weren't controlling, but they helped and supported the groups by reminding them what they needed to do. They weren't overwhelming them, and they were being a good leader.
All right, yeah, that's a great one. How about someone from scenario 3? I think that's Lynn's group.
Guys, don't be scared. Come on.
Or we can have someone from scenario 4 share out either way.
First, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's ever more brave?
Okay. I could go for scenario 4. So we said that the staff member is a servant leader because they sacrifice their time and they put the needs of the group over the needs of their own, and that's better than a traditional leader.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
All great
good
ideas.
one. Thank
For
you for
sure.
sharing. All right, scenario 3, we're gonna try one more time. Would
It
someone
sounds
love
like,
to share?
from what I've heard, it sounds like scenario 3 accidentally did scenario 4. So if we want to do scenario
Oh,
3 as like a full group, or if anyone has any ideas, that might be really
okay,
good.
for sure. Share out, type in the chat, whatever you'd like, if you read it really quickly.
Okay, this scenario says a supervisor often says yes to requests from higher ups and passes the extra work down the line without much discussion. When deadlines get tight, they stay out of, sorry, the chat just blocked it. Stay out of the way and focus on, what's the last line, Addie?
Fantastic question. I can't see either with my sharing screen.
Oh, here.
Status updates instead.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know the toolbar is right where that last line is, so
Yeah. If I stop moving it, it'll be okay. I think personally for me, I'd say that's more of like a selfish leader because they tend to like not think about the challenges or like the work of their employees. And so for them, it's just like, well, I can't do this, but I'm going to just pass it down. And that's something that kind of is very selfish of them. They should talk to their people, say, hey, can you handle more work? Would you like to do this? Instead of just saying, yeah, for sure, I'll have them do it. It's just kind of like a selfish, like you should be able to talk to your group and kind of do the best interest for all of them.
Does anyone else have any other thoughts? Feel free again to type it in chat, share out, or chill with whatever.
Okay, if not, we're going to go back into breakout rooms. So if you're doing scenario 1, you'll go to scenario 2, 2 will go to 3, 3 will go to 4, 4 will go to 1. Gorgeous. Everybody joined this time. Anyway, back to what you were talking about with colleges stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm like I applied for a couple of scholarships, but I'm more nervous about just like I want to hear back so that then I can like
Yeah.
but like some of these don't come out till like the end of March and I'm like what am I gonna do at that point? So just gotta
That
put a
feels
little
so
bit-
late because like I've already done housing and stuff for like Oklahoma. Like housing is already like over, like everything's like you're enrolled. Like I'm all enrolled there. Like so that if I do choose to go there, I'm already like on time and stuff. But like that's all done. And so I think it's
Yeah.
interesting that like these bigger schools like definitely push things back like really, really, really far.
No, that sounds amazing because like some of the I think I got a deferral and I'm like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna wait. I honestly
Yeah.
think like if I get the school that I'm already like I already have a school I'm excited about that like, you know what? I'll go. It's cool. Like it's not
Yeah,
it's
fair.
fine. Like I don't like the whole like wait for another 5 months and then we'll get back to you the month before you go to college. I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's fair. I know I haven't like visited Iowa State and I haven't heard a lot from them recently. So it's like hard because like they're still on my list, but they're like right now it's like Ohio or Oklahoma. Like it's like one of those two for sure. So I'm like, but what if I love Iowa State? Like, I don't know, what's gonna happen. But so
Are
it's
you
just
thinking about
like
visiting or
I'm going 2 weeks from now.
ooh.
So my boyfriend is from Nebraska, and so their state
Mm.
wrestling is in Omaha, which happens to be 2 hours from Ames. So like while we're driving the 7 hours to Omaha, might as well just like go the extra 2 hours and like
Yeah.
just so it's not like a whole separate 9 hour drive. It's just like we're gonna do it while we're there. So that's where we're gonna go. So state wrestling is not this weekend, but next weekend. So I'll visit and do all the things.
Yeah, well, it sounds like a fun road trip, so
Yes, I know. My friend and I are going, and we were gonna go by ourselves, but they changed the hotel rules to 21, so now we can't go
oh,
by
darn.
ourselves. So my mom's going, and it'll be fun. But
Yeah.
she has friends in Omaha, apparently, which I had no idea she had friends in Omaha, but she's like, I'll go see my friends. And I was like, How was discussion?
It was
Okay,
great.
all right. We're gonna go
Great.
back to Ian's group this time, and this time you're sharing out scenario 2. So,
Hold on 1 second. We still have people in breakout rooms.
oh, okay. So sorry. My fault.
Give him like 2 seconds. I'm out of water. Okay, I think you can go now.
Okay, sweet. So let's start off with Ian's group again, and I think you guys are scenario 2 this time. So what did we talk about?
We discussed that scenario 2 can maybe feel a bit selfish initially, but it also does have service because the senior staff member is trying to let people have the space to learn and grow on their own, but also offer support so they're not completely stranded. And so giving them the space to grow on their own, but also making sure that they know they have the help available when needed.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no, definitely. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, let's move on to Norris's group. And you guys discussed scenario 3 this time. So what did we talk about?
We said if the supervisor builds personal connections with each member of its team, then you're more likely to like work better as or grow better as a team because you understand them on a personal level and it increases connection between each other.
Awesome. Great solution for sure.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Next up, I believe we have scenario well, I think we did scenario 4 last time, so wait, no. Yeah, scenario 4 with Aspen, Isabella,
We'll
and
just keep it
Bryn.
as 4.
Yeah. We did scenario 4 this time, promise.
Okay, sweet. Awesome.
Okay, so our group discussed that scenario 4 could lean both towards selfish and servant leadership since the staff member did handle the solution in a calm and quiet way and spoke out to others about how it could improve next time. But in the next time, it didn't improve much. So that kind of shows that the people didn't really take into consideration what could have been done better next time. And they were kind enough to go the extra mile for the people, but they didn't go the extra mile for them.
Great
Yeah, no,
feedback.
absolutely. Thank you for sharing. Alrighty, last up we have our group which discussed scenario 1. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
So we said it was service because the team member took and like put their own time into getting all the work done so that everyone else didn't have to be as stressed instead of just like, you know, making everyone else take up that responsibility.
Absolutely. Alrighty, we're gonna head back. And so if you were doing scenario 2, you're going to 3, 3 you're going to 4, 4 you're going to 1, 1 you're going to 2. I don't know where we were at this time.
Iowa road trip, right? You're going on a road trip.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom's going with us, so it's gonna be fun. I had fun at wrestling last year, and I went with my boyfriend's like entire family. So like his parents, his brother and his fiance, and his grandma. And so it was like a big deal because we only been dating for like
Wow.
5 months. Like it was a little insane, but it was fun. But this time I couldn't go with them because they're going up a day earlier and I can't afford to miss Wednesday and Thursday of school. So we're just gonna like leave super early on Thursday. So hopefully we can like, you know, see his match on Thursday afternoon. So hopefully we can like leave around like 5 a.m. and get there like 1 or 2. So we hope, but
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Y'all had your DLC already, right?
Yes, we had 3 and 4, and I went to both of those, and they were really, really
Okay.
good. I
Okay.
got to be I got to be the dress code police, and so it was. I got to talk to a lot of kids, and it was like really funny. Like, am I in dress? Like, someone really sassy. Am I in dress code? I'm like, I don't know. And there was this one kid, and I almost said something, but I didn't because I'm like, that kind of might be mean and stressful for them. But he was wearing like a boot, like he was wearing
Oh.
like a cast boot, and I almost was
Oh.
like, your boot's not in dress code. I almost said that. I was like, might be kind of mean. Well, I
Maybe a
didn't.
little bit.
They all know me personally though, so they probably wouldn't be offended by it.
Oh yeah, that's chill then.
But I was like, there were like at District 3, there were like 6 people on crutches. Like everybody broke themselves that week apparently because they were all on crutches. And so they were all struggling to get up the stage, and I felt really bad. I don't know who's entering the meeting right now, but okay, slay.
Like a member?
Mhm. And now they're in a breakout room.
Sweet. Alrighty.
What about like 30 seconds?
Yeah. For sure. Okay, I think we're good to go. Alrighty, so our group which discussed case study number 1 this time, we'd love to hear from you. Which I know someone definitely discussed. So
That's
Okay,
Norris's
this
group.
this was our group, and we said
Okay.
that we thought it was servant leadership because they were quiet and respectful about it, and they did it without expecting recognition. But we also made note that it says without drawing attention because they lack communication with their coworkers is like a possible alternative.
Yeah, no, that's a
Great.
really great
Way to pick
point.
that up,
Thank you
yeah.
for sharing. Alrighty, let's move on to case study number 2.
We said it was kind of a mix of both because they're it's selfish that they're not trying to help others and being involved in all the work, but it is also somewhat service because they're also trying to give feedback to try and help the other members.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Alrighty, let's move on to case study number 3.
So Andrew dropped our groups in the chat.
Oh, perfect.
Awesome. So case study, we said selfish. Delegating tasks can be effective the way that the supervisor did. They nearly cut themselves out of the picture. Their work ethic may be questioned. Okay, that is a really good perspective to look at this
Yeah.
from. Thank you for sharing.
Great wording too. That's like a great explanation.
Alrighty, and last but not least, case study number 4.
We said a servant because the staff member gives these suggestions out to help improve other members that are struggling and what they might do better at.
You know,
Awesome.
absolutely.
Okay, last round, guys. Have good discussions. Whichever one you haven't done yet, you're gonna do now. So have fun. Have you visited? Did you visit last year? Because my mom was saying like we should have visited all these places last year. Ooh, good thing that was not all we got to read in here.
Honestly, no.
No, you don't visit any of them.
Like he saw all the schools my brother wanted to go to, and then
we never we never went to mine. Like, like we went to go see Georgetown, which I did not apply to, and we saw Yale, which once again I did not apply to. So I've seen colleges.
Yeah.
Oh, I did go
I
see
like,
Boulder though. Yeah.
oh, yes, that's awesome. For sure. Do you want to go to Boulder? Like badly, or like that's kind of like your last option, maybe?
I mean, it is my last option, but I wouldn't be sad if I went there. Like, I'd be perfectly happy
Yeah.
going to Boulder. It's just, ideally I'd want to go out of state, but I'm kind of
Yeah.
just waiting to hear on a couple more schools before I like think about doing a visit, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So you want to be admitted before you go visit, probably.
Yeah, but it honestly
That's
also
true.
depends on how late I'm admitted.
I was gonna
So
say
we'll
it's so
see.
late.
Yeah.
It's just hard for planning purposes, I think,
It
which
makes
is
me
hard.
nervous about like housing and like getting all the logistics figured out.
Yeah. I remember last year, like at the end of my junior year, I was like, I should apply to Harvard and just for funsies, like, just see like what happens. And I quickly realized that I did not have time for that application this year.
Yeah, there were a lot of tears during this whole process, bro.
Yeah,
Like bent
I
over my
bet.
computer.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so
For
glad
me
it's
right
settled
now,
down
it's
though.
scholarships.
Ooh.
Like, it's obviously you should have to work for your money, obviously, but it's just like I wish that scholarships would have like this universal, we're all gonna ask for your personal statement. But instead they're
Mm.
like, let me ask you 15 different questions. So you have to rewrite all your essays.
Yeah, no, that would be so much nicer.
It'd be so nice.
All right. Hi, guys. It looks like we're all trickling back in. I'm gonna wait another 10 seconds just to make sure everyone's back. Okay. All right. Let's start off with, actually, let's go the other way this time. Let's start with case scenario number 4. What did y'all talk about?
I think that's Annabelle's group.
Oh, are they not back yet?
Oh,
No, they're back.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
back. Casey?
Okay. So basically, we discussed how this person, it was good how their suggestions showed up as improvements later in the scenario, but we figured that it would be best for them to engage the members they're supervising with setup and cleanup because they're more focused on, yes, they're growing their leadership, they're growing their skills, but as a leader, they want to grow the other people's skills too. So we figured they should tell everyone else to help with that and explain the suggestions and improvements then too.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. That's a really good perspective to share. Thank you. Alrighty, let's move on to case study number 3.
For our group case study number 3, we decided that it was more so a selfish leader because they're not involved in the group and like highs responsibility.
Yeah,
Sure.
no, definitely. I think we're all like realizing that with case study number 3. It's a great perspective and genuine like idea to realize from this. Alrighty, case study number 2.
Aspen, Isabella, and Lynn's group.
Alexis, did you maybe want to share? You had some good thoughts on this one.
Did you say me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I said that it was kind of selfish just because they were letting deadlines slip, which is something that I feel like it just isn't something that should happen with a leader. They should be able to have their teammates on time and be able to do what they need when it's needed to be done.
Yeah, no, that's a really valuable takeaway. Thanks for sharing. Alrighty, last but not least, I think we're on case study number 1.
Okay, so we said they were like a servant leader
because like they noticed that their team was like falling behind. Instead of like forcing somebody to go and like do it themselves, they were able to like step in and like make sure that everyone was up to speed without being like overbearing or pushing too much of what they need to be done and just getting the job done themselves.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you for sharing.
I think it's really important to point out too that like you guys all had different ideas and different perspectives, which is why obviously teamwork is so important about each different like case study. And so it was really cool to hear that you guys all had like different ideas, even of just what servant leadership means to you. And that definitely put into perspective for us how like leaders can't lead everyone. They definitely lead their certain groups and they definitely connect with those certain groups a lot better, which is really awesome. But number 2 and 3 were supposed to be more like selfish oriented, and number 4 and 1 were supposed to be more servant leadership oriented. So you guys did really good on answering those kind of the same way we had intended them to be answered.
Perfect. So what we've learned today is that overall servant leadership is about choosing to lead others with humility, empathy, and consistency in our everyday actions. By listening first, leading by example, and prioritizing the needs of the community over personal recognition, servant leaders can create trust, inspire good, and servant leadership becomes a powerful force that strengthens and unites the entire community. First of all, reflect on one of the characteristics of a servant leader and explain why you think it's important. This could be how it makes others feel, how it helps you achieve goals, or why it would be important to you. Does anyone have any ideas with this? You're welcome to share out or drop it in chat. I personally think that servant leaders being empathetic is really good because you're able to like better understand the people you're leading and let them know that you're on their side as much as they're on your side. Anyone else have any ideas?
I think it's really important they adapt to different kinds of people and different scenarios so that they can figure out what works best for different individuals and also figure out what works best for the specific thing they're working on, since not every single situation should be handled the same.
Yeah, I love that.
I think for me, one of them is definitely empathy. Just because like I always want someone to be able to really connect with me when they're talking to me and when they're leading me, because I think it's really important that they like understand my perspective, my struggles when they're like trying to, lead, find solutions, like those kind of things.
For sure. I see one. Oh yeah. So, you guys beat me to it. So I'll read Michaela's and then I'll shift back up. So Michaela said being able to communicate and keep an open mind when sharing ideas and opinions helps build a healthy environment. I 100% agree. So, in chat, I think someone already beat me to the case, but next, what's one characteristic you want to enhance in yourself this year? How do you want to improve as a servant leader? What are your action steps, and why is this a characteristic you choose to improve? I see in chat, I want to enhance my communication, and it's important for servant leaders because they're communicating more with their team instead of just delegating. I always say too, I think I need to get a little bit better at just like slowing down and letting my teammates do the work. Delegation, I do the opposite thing. I'm kind of like that person who picked up all the chairs in the scenario. I'm learning how to kind of push back a little. I think being more vulnerable and being able to share your own personal struggles and help others understand that we are all human and we go through similar things regardless of the title or position we hold. 100%. That's always a weird balance to find, but once you do, people respect you a lot more as a leader. So I found that to be really helpful if you kind of meet them where they're at. Okay. And then lastly, what's one action item you plan to pursue to bring servant leadership back to your community? Will you start embodying a servant leader, teach others what it means, or maybe start pushing service projects? So I know in my chapter, I want to do one more prep night before FBLA State. So I know we're working on setting that up. So our underclassmen feel like super ready and that they know that we're like in their same boat. We've all competed for the first time. So I think that'll be really awesome and a great way to bring servant leadership back.
I'd say for me, embodiment is always the best way because you serve as a role model and people that definitely tend to like follow your lead when you're acting as a servant leader.
Oh, for sure. I see that Andrew says I will lead by example and assist underclassmen who are new to FBLA. And Ren says that I would like to bring more structure to my FBLA chapter. Both are so real. We have those struggles literally daily in our chapter. So it's great to see you guys heading out and taking some initiative with that. You guys are more than welcome to keep sharing out in chat, but Addie's gonna keep running our meetings so we can get you guys all out of here at a decent time.
Yes, absolutely. So we do have some exciting things tonight, but first we're going to do our state of our state. So we'll kick it off with service.
All right, so for service, first initiative Service Sunday. I have just been getting submissions left and right, so thank you guys so much. Just keep that up so we can keep getting posts out throughout the rest of the year. And we also just recently posted a Service Sunday for FBLA week. Just kind of highlighting that really quick. Hope you guys are all participating in that. Next we have FBLA Amplified. So we're kind of going to transition from, instead of having you guys do Instagram posts, I think we're going to do a toolkit instead on how to take initiative and how to kind of get out there and put your voice out there. And this might be an Instagram series or a toolkit. We're kind of in the works of reworking this a little bit. And then for Fundraising Frenzy, we've decided to launch early March, hopefully, so that we can get all of your ideas and fundraising out there. So hopefully you guys can start thinking for state planning and all that kind of stuff.
Alrighty, moving on to education. So it is officially time for the Spring National Program opportunities. Those deadlines go through the end of February, so make sure to check out our Instagram push, which will be going out these next few weeks. We already put out a post about deadlines, so make sure you keep an eye out on those so you can participate within the time frame. And yeah, if you did not have a chance to qualify for nationals or get to higher levels in the first challenge, this is another great opportunity, and they're also just fun, so make sure to check them out. Next up, we've had a great series of chapter connections events. Our state officers have done a wonderful job of putting together events where we can bring together our local members. I believe we have a couple more coming up, so keep an eye out on your district's Instagram page so that you know when those are coming up. And once again, it's an amazing opportunity to forge bonds and meet new people, so make sure to keep an eye out. Moving on to our parent outreach and involvement toolkit, it is competition season. This is prime time for asking our parents for help, getting them involved, finding ways to help welcome them into our FBLA journey. So make sure to check it out for email templates for requesting judges or just one-pager samples. It's never, never, ever too late to get your parents involved. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. And last but not least, for financial literacy, we have our February Finance Friday series coming up. So keep an eye out for that. And since it's FBLA week, we're also putting out a super fun Finance Friday Jeopardy challenge for the end of February. So as soon as that comes out, make sure you sign up so you get to be one of the teams that competes.
Perfect. So for the progress side of things, we have our social media series. Those are our state officer Saturdays and our What Do You Want to Know Wednesdays. A schedule for upcoming reels for these series is in the works. We are still looking for even more questions for the What Do You Want to Know Wednesdays. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat here or email them to me at vpprogress@coloradofbla.org or comment them on an Instagram post anywhere on Colorado FBLA. Anything that I would see it, make sure to put your question in there to have state officers answer it. And then for our middle school initiative, the middle school SLC is coming up on March 4th. So we're super excited to see all our middle school members there and work with them and get them prepared for the next step in their FBLA journey, as well as our middle school guide to everything middle school FBLA being published. So make sure if you are a middle schooler, if you know some middle school FBLA members or want to get a middle school FBLA chapter started, you take a look at that guide.
And then lastly, for President's Council, we will have our chapter charter toolkit launching March 1st, I believe. I can't see it. And then also we have our Surviving SLC pamphlet, which is going to launch at SLC. So when you get there, make sure you guys keep a lookout for little pamphlets that'll tell you all about what's happening at SLC. There will be some great inspirational things in there, some map, some tips about how to navigate the Gaylord effectively, to find your competitions, all that fun stuff to make sure that you guys have fun and aren't too stressed at the Gaylord. We also have our chapter NLC leaderboard, which is basically a percentage of chapter membership that qualifies for nationals. This started as kind of a way to get our smaller chapters recognized because they have a lot of people percentage wise who qualify to nationals, and that will launch April 9th after SLC. But right now, we do have out our school-based enterprise competition. So the application is on the Colorado FBLA website. So please encourage your chapters, if you have a school-based enterprise, to go apply to that. You basically submit a few designs. We pick whose design we like the best, and you get to come sell your merch, your FBLA merch at state. And we are also looking for a sponsorship for you if it's approved by your advisor or kind of enterprise manager. And those will be due on February 20th. So make sure you get that in before that deadline. Okay, so we do have our t-shirt and pin voting today, which is really exciting for state and nationals. So basically our state t-shirt, you guys can scan that QR code. I will also have Annabelle put that link in the chat for us since she's so good at working the chat. And you guys can vote on whichever one of these 9 designs you think is the best. And these t-shirts will be the ones that your advisors will purchase in their SLC packages that you will get to wear at our Colorado State Leadership Conference. So vote which one is your favorite, and we will announce those a little bit later in the month. I'm going to give you guys like 1 minute to do that. 30 seconds, we'll move to the pins after that. Alrighty, we're gonna move on to the NLC pins. If you don't know what that is, when you go to nationals, there is a pin trading. And so basically every state will supply their members with some kind of pin in different numbers. And you basically go trade your pin for a different state's pin as like a networking thing. So this will be our pin for the 2026 National Leadership Conference in San Antonio. Because everybody put their vote in, scan the QR code. Hopefully we're good. If you need the link later, you can always email me, but most likely we'll finalize everything tonight.
So we do our FBLA deltas, so it'll be 2 peace signs, and then you put them together. If you feel comfortable, please turn on your camera. It will take me 2 tries, so just hold it for a little bit. Let me start for the first one. Okay, and now the second one. Perfect, I got everything I need.
Awesome. Again, we're so thankful for you guys. If you are interested in being a staff officer candidate, the application has not yet closed. So you guys are welcome to stay afterwards, ask some questions. We would love to answer them for you, give our advice. And with that, the MMM is officially adjourned. So thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Limit, so I would recommend using that as much as you possibly can. I think it was
like 250 or 500, I feel.
I think it's 300.
I think it's
unless they
Sahithi.
changed it.
It's
So make sure you
Sahithi
look into
thing, so.
that and see your word count, because I know like some selection committees aren't as strict, but I know when I was on selection committee, I was very strict about the word count. So I would focus on that and then use it to the best of your capabilities.
I believe the word count limit should be in the state officer handbook. I
Yes.
think
I'm also looking it up right now.
Yeah, I think
Oh, thank
sweet
you,
and to the
Addie.
point is always the way to go. Obviously, get your story out there, but it's definitely more effective to write a few paragraphs which really tell your story really well than 3 pages, because in the nicest way possible, no one wants to read that. So I'd say get your story across in the best way possible, and they'll love to read it no matter what.
And
Okay.
if you're, oh, sorry. Oh my gosh,
You're
I keep
good.
talking over people. If you want to see some examples, the old newsletters should all be published on the website still. So you can go in, and I think most of them are April editions or March editions that you can find the candidate specific issue in and then read all the candidates from past years. That would be
It'll be
also
the
super
April
helpful.
edition, so yeah, go feel free to check them out.
Thank you.
200 to 300 words. I'm just gonna keep this pulled up.
I know. It's been a hot minute since I've read all of
We're
those.
smart, but I haven't looked at it in a year, so.
What other questions do